Hello guys, this is DJ Steers and welcome to this week's review of Doctor Who. And this week we're reviewing Extremis, episode 6 in the series. Now this was the episode where things were going to change drastically, I believe, for this series, because it's the beginning of a 3-parter that's going to spread over 3 episodes. And this was the week that we were going to find out what was in the vault. It kind of sucked, really. It wasn't very good at all. I don't know what it is. Is it Stephen Moffat? Is it just the weird plotline he wanted to put in there that's so complicated and unneeded? Because next episode is going to be so much better than this. If you look at the next time trailer for next episode, it looks awesome. There's planes, a pyramid that turns into a missile. If you've seen the end of the trailer, you can tell that pyramid turns into a rocket. It's obvious, but why can't Stephen Moffat write an episode of Doctor Who that isn't ridiculously complicated? Try if you were to explain the plot to someone, it would be very difficult because it is absolutely ridiculous. How on earth are we meant to understand this from one watch? So there's a simulation, everybody's fake, this was a waste of time, I could have just watched next week's. Right. So, this episode, there's a book called The Vetigas, or The Vetes, and it is a book that if you read it, it is a text that if you read it you die, or you commit suicide, and for some reason everybody reads it, which is quite stupid, and the Doctor is going to read it, and then these monks guys show up, and they're all like, hey, we're monks, as part of our amazing plan, we've created a simulation so we can test our victory before we do our victory. What? We're going to test our victory before we make our victory. So they've created the monks have created a simulation, and this simulation has the idea that we're all fake, but we don't know that we're not real. We're dead. All of us are dead. Well, not dead, but we're an exact copy of someone else, or an exact copy of someone else that lives, and that is us. But our bodies and everything are exactly the same as the other guys, as our real versions are. We're copies, and our bodies and everything is the same as it would be before, but we're not real, and if we find out that we're real reading the Vetigas, then we die. Well, then instead of surviving, we just kill ourselves. Yeah, that's weird. So this Vedas thing, this story goes into 2 sides. It's the Vetigas thing and the Pope and all that. I don't actually know what happened to the Pope because it was never shown. So the hand of a monk comes out of the wall, and we don't see him again. Right. So there's all these popes and things like that, and they want the Doctor to read this Vetigas for some stupid reason. But who cares about that plotline? We want to know what's in the vault, which is ruined for us the second the vault pops up from the water. The vault comes up from the water, and it just explains exactly what we know will happen. Oh, well, he's going to just imprison her in the vault by the end of this episode. Oh, right, he's done it now. End of episode, right, next thing. Why has he done that? Missy's her usage in this episode is so pointless that, I don't know when this this vault is meant to open it now, because I thought I was just going to open it, then he's going to ask for help, he's going to open it, and then they're going to help try and defeat the monks, probably fail, and then next week you try and fight the monks again. This doesn't go that way. This goes from trying to fight the monks to not trying to fight the monks to why are the monks so bad, to alright, these monks are bad because they're bad, and we don't have any villain development apart from the fact they've popped up. They've gone, hi, we are monks, nice to meet you. We just wanted to point out that we exist for next week. We just thought would come in, would interrupt this Vatican's plotline. We'll just pop in, be the main bad guy, and then go away again. Next week we'll do a better plan. Is that, yeah? Everybody good with that? Don't you just think it's a bit stupid? Put it in the comments if you think it is, not if you understand it properly. But from a first watch, it's like, what just happened? I don't know. And finally, there's the plot line that the Doctor has sent through the sonic glasses all of the information that, because he can't see, his simulation is so good that his eyes in his glasses will his glasses can contain information, and then this information that is contained is then broadcasted over to the real Doctor. Right. Yeah, so was that the ending I wanted? No, of course it wasn't. I don't know what they were thinking, to be honest, when Stephen Moffat wrote this. He was in some kind of weird suicidal sort of idea that he developed to make a story, and then he wanted to make a 3-parter, so he threw all this other rubbish in there to make it messy. If I had to describe this episode, I would describe it as messy. It's a very much a mess. The good things about this episode is that it's a 3-parter, and you only can you can't let it down because it's a first part. If it's a first part, then obviously there's 2 more parts left. 3 weeks of fun, and yeah. Next week we have the pyramid at the end of the world. And then we've got the Lie of the Land, and I think these monks are going to be bad guys for both episodes. So hopefully you like the monks. I suppose they're quite good villains. I quite like them as characters, but they could have been in a much better episode. I thought this is probably the weakest episode. Well, I think the pilot and this episode have been on the same level, because Extremis was good because it had lots of things going on, but which are not resolved. But the pilot had one thing to set up and it didn't set it up. So obviously I'll do a ranking thing at the end of this. At the end, when this season's finished, I'll do a ranking and I'll go from episode whatever to whatever. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. This has been DJ Studios. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a like. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a like. I've just said that before. Yeah. Goodbye.